Alright guys, so today I'm working on a Mk1 Escort, surprise surprise, and this one's got a Toyota Beams engine in it. It was brought to me initially to fit a roll cage, sort out the front suspension, fit a hydraulic handbrake and sort out the interior, but there's quite a few more issues that we've found along the way that I've been working through. So I'll take you for a look around the car and show you what I've been up to. So this is a Ford Escort Mk1 with a Toyota Beams engine in there. Like I said, initially it was brought to me to sort out the front suspension and geometry, do the roll cage, fit a hydraulic handbrake and sort out the interior, but there's been quite a few other issues that we've had to work through along the way as well. The first one was the brakes. The brakes weren't very good. I've actually fitted these on the top here, like it's got a pedal box in it. It's not actually got a pedal box in it, but it's got a brake master cylinder from I think it's a Toyota minivan. I think that's what they said it was from, some Toyota minivan. If you can see it down there, it's quite a weird setup actually. It's very small. So that's the brake master cylinder, and then the reservoirs here, they were under the dash, and it was a nightmare to fill it up. So I've moved them over there. I put some camber plates on this and some new struts on it. So these are the Mk1 RF struts, but they needed slightly modifying because this has got a power steering rack on it, and this power steering rack is from, I'm not sure, and they've moved the steering rack to behind the cross member there. So it's not in the original position. I think that's to get the engine a bit further back. But the hubs needed to be made to compensate for the rack, because the rack's usually on the front and it's a bit higher up than the cross member, but this is at the back and it's lower down than the cross member. So the steering arms needed to match the track control arms, so they went up and down together. When it came to me, they were just it was at totally different angles, but now they're not too bad. They're about straight. Fitted another set of calipers on the back, twin calipers on this one. That's for the handbrake that we fitted, the hydraulic handbrake in the car. There it is. That's the interior. I've not done anything with that, that's how it came. That's what the owner's done before. And that's the roll cage that we fitted. It's a bolt-in roll cage, and those are the joins on it, which I think are quite nice. They look quite cool. Got some good plates on the strip towers there, and also on the floor. Yeah, so the issue that we've got with this at the moment is when you start the engine and try to rev it, it won't rev. And we're getting quite a lot of black smoke coming out of the back, which means obviously it's running rich. I'll just start the engine with this setup on it, and looks quite nice. Yeah, this pipe, someone's made for it. I'll just start the engine up now and show you what's happening. Quite a noisy car, this one. you try to rev the engine, as you can hear there, it's hesitating. It doesn't want to rev. That's actually quite good actually, when I've just revved it there. It's usually a lot worse than that. When you're driving it, you can only drive it under light throttle. If you try to give it any more than light throttle, the engine sort of bogs and dies really hard. So I've been to the scrapyard. Let's turn the engine off. I've been to the scrapyard and we tried to swap over the airflow sensor. It made no difference. But initial thoughts on this was that this pipe isn't standard. Yeah, this pipe isn't standard here, so that was the initial thought, that was the problem. So at the scrapyard, I got them to try an airbox on it, and when we put the airbox on, it was just a totally different engine. It was idling nice and smooth, and when you rev the car, it rev like it should. Really nice. So we went over to the scrapyard and we bought an airbox from a Nissan Camry. And what I've done here is I've cut the original pipe out. So now this pipe can go in place of the aluminium one that's on there. Because I knew that the aluminium one was wrong to start with. I should have just gone with my gut feeling. So we're going to get this fitted. I'll take this one off and I'll show you side by side why it's wrong. So firstly, the size of the pipe is different. This one is, on here, what's that one? 71 millimeters. Yeah, the internal diameter on that one's 71 millimeters. The internal diameter on the plastic one is, how big is that? I can't see. 66, just over 66. So it's like 5 millimeters difference. Now you're probably thinking, oh, that doesn't make a difference, but it actually does. And actually, this is also different as well. When you put the airflow sensor inside, you can see that one is, the hole is about just in the middle of the pipe, yeah, where you would think it should go, right? When you fit it in this one, you can see that it should go not in the middle of the pipe, it should go closer to the bottom of the pipe. So that's been the problem. I mean, these airflow sensors are very, very, what's the word? Yeah, they're very hard to please. They like to be where they like to be, and it doesn't like to be in this pipe. It likes to be in the standard pipe. So we're going to get the standard pipe on, and I'll come back and we'll start the engine and test the car again. Alright, so I've got that on there now. It won't be in this position in the final position. We'll turn it round, but it's just to test it. So let's see what that revs like now. See what it idles like. Got a nice smooth idle now. Let's settle down. So now that revs a lot better now, doesn't it? Seems a lot better. We need to get out and drive it to test it just to make sure it's not bogging, but it seems like it's a lot better now. So yeah, if you've got one of these aluminium pipes on your engine, I suggest you get rid of it, you throw it away, and you go and find yourself one of those from the standard airbox. This one's from a Nissan Camry, so I mean, I think any airbox that accepts the correct airflow sensor, you should be okay. So yeah, I'll come back, I'll take it for a drive, come back and let you know how it goes on.
So after the brief test, we're now back at home again, and everything seems to be fine. It's a different car. It's a totally different car to what it was before when the old pipe was on. So if you have got any problems similar to that, I suggest that you get this pipe changed. Change it for the plastic one, rather than using the aluminium one that looks nice but doesn't really work. So yeah, cheers for watching. If you like this video, or you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Thanks.